the great diet debate, low carb or low fat. A new study puts them head to head to try to settle this argument once and for all. Our Dr. Holly Phillips is here with a breakdown. Holly, good morning.
Good morning, Gail.
A lot of people listening with both ears this morning because it is a $64 million question. The answer is?
Absolutely. Well, it was a neck-and-neck race to the finish line, but ultimately the low-fat diet was better than the low-carb diet for losing body fat.
Did that surprise you?
You know, it doesn't really surprise me. You know, one of the things that people really focus on is the benefits of low-carb diets in that they cut insulin levels, which in theory helps your body to lose stored fat. Now, the researchers found even though this is true, cutting down how much fat you eat makes a much bigger difference in losing body fat overall.
But how did they actually test this? Was it like a real world scenario that could apply?
Right. Well, this was a very unique study in that it was incredibly precise. They asked 19 people who were overweight to stay in a lab for 2 different 2-week periods, during which everything was monitored. So during their first stay, they cut their carbs by 800 calories a day. During their second stay, they cut fat by 800 calories a day. Both times they exercised for an hour a day on a treadmill. It turned out that when they cut carbs, they lost body fat at a rate of 53 grams a day. But when they cut fat, they lost it even faster at a rate of 89 grams a day. So cutting down the amount of fat you eat helped them to burn fat.
So a very controlled environment, obviously. So for the rest of us,
in the real world,
you know, at about 9 o'clock at night, I'd love a bag of peanut M&Ms. So what's the best alternative here for us normal folks?
Right. I mean, Christine, that really is the point. It's hard to extrapolate this into real life because in the lab, people could only eat what they were given. Real life, you know, there are potato chip temptations kind of all day. Also, the researchers couldn't figure out which diet was easier to stick to, whether it was low carb or low fat, and that's going to make the biggest difference. You know, ultimately, cutting calories in any way is the best diet. So it's about figuring out what you can stick with to get it done.
I know, we all know the answer. Eat less and get your butt on the treadmill. I mean, it's just easier said than
easy.
I know, it's easier said than done.
It is much easier said than done.
I always like to know the latest
research.
research. I gotcha. Thank you very much, Holly.
Great to be here.